Now let's move on to the next segment.
Okay.
When did you join Leapfrog and why?
Okay, great question. So before Leapfrog, I was CEO of a startup that essentially connected all the students studying the same thing at the same time so they could answer each other's questions while doing homework or preparing for tests. That ended up being pretty successful, raised money. It was eventually acquired. Millions of students studied together online each month. And when I was done with Open Study, Himal Karmacharya, whom I had met at Oracle, we were on the same team, had hit it off, been friends for years back in 2003, 2004, and had always wanted to start a company together. So he just gave me a call one day and said, "Hey, Chris, I have a new company that I started, and we have a cool project that could use your help. Big banking project. You want to work on it with us and come meet the team in Nepal?" And so I had nothing to do, and I thought, oh, okay, why not? I've always wanted to do something with Himal. So I went to Nepal and just kind of fell in love with this part of the world, but in particular, this is at the very beginning of 2013, I fell in love with the idea of being a part and at least passenger side, if not helping grow an entire ecosystem for technology. So not just what I had done before, like building an innovation project in enterprise or building my own startup. That's cool. I could do that again. But could I ever actually impact an industry and a set of people? And what we wanted to do was cultivate a startup community, for example, in Nepal. And of course, do more and interesting work. And now, fast forward today, so that was 12 years ago. And now we're actually doing it. So we're doing it partly in Nepal, of course, based here in Pune as well, and constantly talking about how we can build businesses that help others be successful in technology. A couple of them, we've launched this year, and it's just exciting. Those are the opportunities I would never get with any other kind of company, or maybe I could now, based on our success here. But it's exciting, and that's how I came to Leapfrog too.
Would you like to reflect on some of the mistakes made and lessons learned?
Gosh, we make mistakes all the time. I would say one misguided decision we took was getting so experimental to the point where we created a lot of overhead in growing the company. For example, we created a separate brand specifically for delivering and attracting a type of business with a certain market. I won't name it, but it ended up being a huge distraction of like maintaining multiple business development paths and marketing efforts and brands themselves. That, yeah, I think the focus was great, but just the fact that did it with a separate kind of business line, positioning it to the world, I think was a mistake. Other mistakes I think we're starting to correct, which sometimes we've started new ventures within the company without the full alignment of everybody. And I think what that causes is not knowing why something failed, if it fails. Like, is it because I didn't have everyone on it working together? And then the other reason it's important is just that's how you share energy with the rest of the company. By that, I mean anyone who's not a part of that, let's say, strategic decision needs to hear from somebody why it's important and have that reinforced all the time. And if you just take a couple people and expect everyone to feel it, it's not going to happen. So this time around, or these past few times around, we've been sharing it with as many people as possible. It's like, hey, we need to pivot hard in this direction with this portion of our business. Here's why everyone should be excited about it. Here's what we intend to achieve in terms of goals. And now everyone work together on how we actually achieve that. And it just feels so much better when we do it that way. And at least if we fail on anything, I'm not going to wonder if we could have done more.
All right, great. One important lesson that you have learned as a CEO and something you would like to pass it on to budding CEOs or even CXOs?
Yeah, and one thing that's been a learning and relearning throughout my career has been not only when to let go, but to let go as soon as possible, because that's the sign that your company is actually getting stronger. I used to want to do so many things because I just knew that I could do it the right way. Like I felt like I could do it, if not the best, or maybe the best for now, because I know so much about how we've done these things before. And then I've come to learn that A, it's not true. You can and should hire people who are better than you in that way. And B, you're never going to get there to the point of actually scaling your company if you're constantly taking the reins and hand-holding on these parts. So that's what I would say is that, hey, CEO, believe it or not only are you replaceable, but you have to replace yourself.
What qualities do you look for when hiring senior leaders?
First has to be someone I want to work with, because I think that the culture of nice in a company is something that is so precious. And I think everyone has probably worked in companies that aren't nice, where people don't treat each other well, and just have to reinforce that quality from the top. Now, beyond that, I think curiosity is number one, because curiosity means not only are you driven to learn and explore new techniques, which in technology, that is the definition of the industry. What you do today will probably not be the same thing you need to do to be optimal in 5 years. So you have to be open in that way. And then curiosity also in terms of, how does the company currently work as is? Some people come in with their playbooks in mind and big ideas of how the company can improve without even knowing what the pieces are or what the processes are today. So I think those two types of curiosity, I would say external and internal, are really necessary into marrying someone's experience and talents into the best path forward.
How would you summarize your overall journey at Leapfrog Technology?
I would say it's been the experience of a lifetime in a career sense. Before Leapfrog, I'd been, I believe, with 4 or 5 different engineering roles and companies in the past, I guess, 10 years. And with Leapfrog, I had no idea I was going to stick around for 12 years, 13 years, and now as long as people will have me around. And that's because of, I would say, the richness of life that Leapfrog has provided for me. Now I'm in Pune for my first time. It's a beautiful city and environment and culture, and so vibrant and energetic at night. I love it, and I love the folks we have here. I've been to Nepal 32 times, and I love the people there too. There's people who have been with Leapfrog basically as long, or some cases longer than I have. And just feeling that together we have built something so special, and we couldn't have done it without anyone. So I would say it's been that experience of a lifetime, as in it's been such a big part of my journey. It's been a part of that journey that's led to other journeys like the Himalayas and other stopping points in between, like Turkey or Thailand or Singapore, and going on and on. So in every sense, it's been just I wouldn't call it the stop of a lifetime, but it is like my new pathway. And hopefully, as long as it takes.
One thing that I really admire about you, Chris, is your willingness to conduct a monthly all-hands meeting. Now, typically, all-hands meeting by a CEO happens once in 6 months, or at best, once in a quarter. Was there a specific reason behind this paradigm shift?
I don't think there is a specific reason besides wanting to recreate what we could be able to do in person. So there's always been a weekly all hands, and then when I'm not there to kind of exchange energy with people, it feels like missing out. And so once a month felt about right. However, I think the biggest benefit in my most important job as a CEO is to build the energy of the company around the things that we're going after. And I think the ways that I can do that is by sharing my own excitement or the excitement that others are creating, whether it's on the business side or the technical achievement side, or the marketing side, or events that are coming up, and sharing that, hey, this is building into something that is greater than any one of us, and having people hear and experience that together in a forum at the same time, I think is sharing and building that energy. And I think that's the most important thing I could do, because as a CEO, I can't do even 1/400th of the things in the company myself. But what I can do is hopefully inspire or let others inspire each other to be that much more excited and work that much harder towards these shared goals. I would say the second is the shout outs that I get to do to people, so highlighting people's achievements on a monthly basis. That's an honor to be able to do, because our Leapfroggers are working so hard, and they deserve to have that sense of appreciation, know they're appreciated, and then that just feeds back into this big ball of energy that we are rolling towards this shared set of goals. And so I think it's like a cornerstone of our company now to treat the All Hands that way, as, yeah, it's like a rallying cry each month. Some people find the updates fascinating, some people are hoping to get highlighted, but either way, we all hear it, and we all hear it at the same time, and then take a big step forward the next Monday.